There's still some student did not come on Tuesday. Let me give you a real 1 minute um, quick go through what we did in Tuesday. This is a experience class on Chinese art, which is important aspect of Chinese culture or component of Chinese culture. What we're trying to get or deliver to you is help you understand and experience what the Chinese painting like, and so that you can create your own piece of a Chinese painting by yourself, and how that it was linked to Chinese culture. And it was decomposed to two parts. One part is theory, and the other part is the hands-on experience trying. So on Tuesday, we having touched the theory part, a brief intro about Chinese painting and how to experience that. So if you have not come to on Tuesday, but when we demonstrate, when we go through this piece of a simple painting under the instruction of me, I could still refresh the student and reinforce emphasize the key point of what we have learned from Tuesday. So you're gonna not be lost. So just this like emphasize what we have gone through. Okay, everybody get the water and brush soaked, right? Moisture brush. Now, first, let's refresh a little bit our memory about what we have learned on Tuesday. Remember, we have learned that Chinese painting, unlike Western painting, is not to express the perspective science, not to use the light and shade effect. Instead, the key component, the element of Chinese painting is line of art and yin-yang contrast and harmony, and an art of imagination and connotation. So on top, for most, the most important element is a line of art. So that is the things we're gonna adopt today and make you feel what is the line of art by your own painting. And also there is some yin and yang contrast by the simple within the simple piece of painting. Yin and yang can be black and white, or and can be other kind of a contrast. And also art of imagination. Remember that we have shown some example of Chinese painting with the lot of a blank space on the painting. That we can also see that. Here, let me show you one piece of example. Can everybody see that? Okay, and this is a simple piece of painting that we're gonna experience today. Anyone can tell what is this flowers? Yeah, lotus. And lotus in East Asian country is a very popular topic in no matter poem or painting or etc. People like to paint lotus because lotus in East Asian country means a lot of good things. For example, lucky and wealthy and happiness. In particular, in the Buddhism, like the Buddha sit on the lotus and use the lotus as a very lucky things. And here, can anyone tell me what kind of color we're gonna use? Yeah, black and
Red.
yeah, red. Okay, but we have some specific names for this color. First, you tell me like common sense. Okay, we can tell there's a red, and also there's like a black, which is Chinese ink. But this is not purely black. We can tell there's some transition color, transition darkness, which is mixed with water. That's like what we have learned for the example painting, like the second element, contrast and contrast of yin and yang and harmony. It's like everything inside the painting. There's some transition. And we have some little dragonfly here. That is like we can tell that the wings of a dragonfly is green. I can tell you how to get this green. It's not a green color. It's kind of mixed with true color. And also from the techniques, recall that what kind of a technique we have learned in the theory. of Chinese introduction of Chinese painting. Two kind of technique. One is very refined. The other one, remember the name of the other one? Freehand, right? Freehand. And this is the technique that we're gonna try, because freehand is easier to start with, but the meticulous detail needs a lot of years of practice to really get to that piece. And in particular, that a very small piece of meticulous style can take a long time, so we can't do it in class. So, okay, now let's take a look at a Chinese paint that we're going to use. Here, the Chinese paint, a typical Chinese set of Chinese paint pigment consists of 12 colors. Oh, yeah. Okay. There are 12 colors. Adjust it. Okay. There is some white color, yellow color, orange, red. The color that we're gonna use here is called sun red. This one, this piece. Let me open this. It's called sun red, and you can tell that this red and this kind of red is like they have some differences. Like this red is kind of darker, just like sunrise. The beginning of sunrise is kind of a dark red, and we're gonna also use this one. Is like called orange or something. There's a specific name, but it's hard to translate it, so we just call it orange. It's similar to orange color, like between red, close to red, but a little bit yellow mixed like inside. And also, as we mentioned about the dragonfly wing, I mentioned that is mixed color. So how are we gonna mix that? We're gonna use the yellow and kind of a dark blue to get a green. And usually, why we need to do it like this, because this can create some different transition effect in many ways. Instead of directly use the green color, because it's gonna be all the same. There's no transition effect or no variation effect. So usually, a lot of cases we use this way. And besides this color, that we're gonna use ink and water, which is a necessary component for almost every piece of Chinese painting. And there's another name for Chinese painting. Remember, I kind of mentioned that last class, but just voice over it. There's a sumi-e. In Japanese, the Chinese painting name is sumi-e, or ink wash. By its naming convention, ink and wash, the water. So it's literally used ink and water. But some Chinese painting also use color as well. So, okay, then I'm gonna put Yin and I'm gonna put this color into each student's plate, and ink also put into the different plates. Let's see what kind of a method can be more efficient. Let's do this. You come and I squeeze the paint.
Yeah, get one by one then.
Yeah, one by one. First, before we start to paint, let's take a look at how we're gonna hold the brush. It's not like painting Western oil painting, like holding brush like this. No, it's not like holding a pen. It's holding in a different way. It's holding like a vertical to the paper, perpendicular to the paper. How to hold it? Around the middle of the brush, the brush stick, you use this two finger. This two finger hold one side, and your thumb hold the other side, and the rest of this two finger like hold the other side. Just something like holding a half egg in your hand. Yeah, something like this. why holding the brush like this way? Because the ancient method feel it is easier, more flexible to paint when they have different movement on the strokes. If like holding this, you can only your head must be constrained into this position, so it's hard, less flexibility. But with this, there's gonna be more flexibility to treat with the lines and strokes. So hold like this way, not necessarily very holding very good, but just something like this, so that you can paint freely. Okay, now let's take the larger brush first. Larger brush, and then we're gonna use the water to moisture it, soaking it. Anyone tell me what kind of things we're gonna paint first? The flowers or the leaves or the stem? Yeah, flowers. Once we get the flowers, we're gonna, for any piece of painting, we're gonna start with something that obvious and easy to locate. And then once we have that spot, you can, relocate the other stuff. Use that point as a reference. Okay, we first paint the flowers. One way help to identify the location is first you fold it across. Fold across with the paper, right? Half and half. Hold it half this way and then fold the vertical direction, perpendicular direction other way, so that you have a four square with a cross. This cross gonna help you identify the location. Okay, first, we moisture the brush. And then, use the brush to kind of dilute the orange color. Like, dilute the orange color. Kind of make it smooth and not very condensed after the diluted by water. You can tell I still have some water, right? Yeah, it's not very dry, it's not very thick. I just dilute a little bit, use the tip of brush to little by little dilute the orange. And then once your brush touch with all the diluted orange, we're gonna use the brush tip to touch some red, the darker red. Little by little, little by little. Okay, once you have it like this way, once you have the some red soaking your brush about halfway through, can you tell the differences in color? About half your brush, soaking to half your brush. And then you can tell. Can you tell this? It's really lovely duck sound. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, I have some piece of painting called Fun in a Lotus Panel. That's a paint with a lotus and a duck. Okay, like this. If anyone get closer to me, you can tell that it's like halfway. This half mixed with the some red and half with the light orange, right? Yeah. In this way, then you can paint the transition color. And Chinese painting, as mentioned before, is expressed by lines and stroke. So we don't in each piece of painting, in each stroke is like by one shot, like one stroke and one line, one stroke, one line. This thing is not like paint back and forth, one shot. Each stroke paint one shot. Okay, now, first, we're gonna try the first strokes. The very first stroke area in your life. Okay, you have a square, we have 4 squares. We're gonna start with the right hand side. right hand side, and then around the middle of the piece of paper, like kind of across the horizontal fold check, kind of cross and close to kind of in the middle of the right hand side. We're gonna have a first stroke. How to do it? Take a look at the direction of my brush. I point my brush up, kind of upward, and then lay down my brush. I'm gonna start with the first brush like this way, and then pull, slowly drag it. One, this one. Everybody get this? Try one. And then, okay, we can try another one to complete this petal. Oh, okay, I see. I see what's going on. Yeah, I accidentally.
It's okay.
Is it? Okay, is it good now? Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna try another stroke. Just right aside it. Another one. Then we complete this petal. Make sure the petal is kind of long. It's not like very tiny, very. Okay. Okay. And then And then we're gonna try another piece. Okay. Just like we need to make some gap between two petals, among petals. Okay, another piece like this way. Also similar like drag this similar style, but your brush plane kind of left upward. 1, 2. And we make it a little bit closer down below. Let me take a look at how everyone do it. Okay, it's grade 8. Yeah, very good. Cool. Okay, it looks like everyone did a good job. You can get a feeling that the petal we paint have different colors, right? Oh, yours. Anyway, don't worry about painting like. Don't worry about painting differently from what between yours and mine, because it's always the first shot. First shot you try it boldly. The thing is, when you try it, you get experience and feeling about how to mix the color and what effect it turns out. Usually, when you paint, you can tell that most people, the tip of the petal is kind of darker, and the bottom is kind of lighter. Can you tell by the piece? No? Oh, there's some transition. Yeah, just shake a little bit around, but you can still tell the water and the transition color, right? Yeah. Yeah, you can tell there's some transition between color and the darkness of the expressed by different level of water. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, then we're gonna have some more. Like, okay. When you paint it, okay, this flower is like, how to say that, like expanded. 1, 2. Make sure have some space between the petal. Everyone get that? And then we have something behind and small. 1, 2. Okay. And we're going to further expand these flowers. Another one kind of a pointed, like closer to flat direction. 1, drag it very long, and then 2. And here I can even leave some blank in between. very long, kind of a perpendicular to the others. Now, we have paint several pieces. Try to feel if your brush is dry or not. Try to feel it. If you feel that your brush is dry and needs some water, then you can use the other brush, like get some clean water to touch the belly of this brush. If it is not dry, then we can keep going. If it's dry, you can use this way. And not touching more paint. Why? Because we need some variation. We keep going, just like there's some rhythm. It's not like every time we get the same darkness. We keep going, then from dark to lighter. Then there's some, variation there. And then I touch some water, then this piece, the belly of the piece should be lighter. Another piece. 1, 2. Okay, now let me review everyone's masterpiece again. Very good. Very good. This size is a little bit small, but you can, you can try more if you want, or you can paint another one, like 2 flowers. Yeah, very good. Very good. Cool. Yeah, very good. Okay, it looks like Aaron have get a general shape of the flowers. Okay. Oh, big flowers. Oh, keep going. Yeah. Here's it. You can add some water like this way. And then use the napkin to try it again. Try one more piece like this way. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, keep adding more water. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if it's too much the paint on the brush, it's gonna be very condensed. It's very hard to paint.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think everyone get it. Then this is our first flowers. Okay, you can keep it as a gift to yourself. Now, okay, we have painted the flowers. Then we're gonna take a look at the example picture again. Okay, here. Then we're gonna paint the big leaves. Okay. In ancient China, the ancient master think that the red and the black and the dark ink is kind of a good contrast to on painting. So they like to use a lot of this kind of a red black contrast on their art creation. And in particular in the calligraphy, you can tell that the seal impact is like an orange red, but the calligraphy, the script, the characteristics is the characters are black. So this kind of they think that this create beauty. So now on a lot of the painting, they also express in this way. So the leaves, in particular the big leaves, they most of the ancient master painted using ink and water to express instead of using color. Now we're gonna use a large brush. Like keep using the large brush. Clean up your large brush, and then we're gonna use the ink and water to paint the leaves. Now, here's the yin yang technique. You have tried the strokes, right? Now we're gonna try different style of stroke and the yin and yang techniques. Okay, use a lot of water to clean up your large brush. And use the water to dilute it. After take out a brush from the cup, do not use the napkin to dry out. Instead, directly use a large brush to touch the ink. Make the ink like around 2/3 of your brush. Around 2/3 of brush touch the ink. After touch ink, then you're gonna find a clean place of a plate to kind of mix a little bit, make it transit a little bit like this way. Mix a little bit. Okay, once you mix it, then you can paint. When we paint the flowers, we use kind of a forward, like the track and the direction of your brush is like your brush is kind of in the middle of the track. But when we paint the leaves, since the leaves are very large, we cannot paint like that way. We're gonna paint like still laying down the brush, but we're gonna make the brush the track of the stroke perpendicular to the tip, brush tip like this way. What we call a side brushing, like 1, 2, go back, and 1, 2, go back. Take a look at it. Try one shot, like this way. 1, 2, go back. 1, 2, go back. You can tell that one side is darker, the other side is lighter. There's some transition. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, try boldly. Maybe try larger. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Try more. Like this way. Yeah. Like this. Okay. Yeah. Try it. Oh no, we use ink. That's right. We use ink and water. Never mind. Okay. Okay. The dark blue is okay. Mix some ink. Mix some ink. Yeah. You touch ink on the tip of brush. Okay, the ink is kind of ink and red. It's fine. Just try it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, cool. How do you feel? How do you feel it when you paint the ink? When you paint the leaves? What's your impression about this kind of concept? What? You can tell it's a joke. Get a feeling of it's a joke, right? Yeah. Just boldly experience it. There's no right or wrong here. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, now, then we can finish this leaf. As you paint, you can feel that the brush dry out, right? Dry out. Get more dry. And then I can use, similar to the way I paint the flower, I can use some water to moisture the ink, moisture my brush. And then also keep painting, and painting, and then paint. You see here, this piece, this piece is very dark, but as I paint, adding water and go back, and this paint is lighter. That creates some, also some contrast to it. Maybe the effect is not very strong, shown on the screen. Okay. Cool. Now, we finished the big leaves. Now we're gonna have some like small leaves and a stem. Then we're gonna use the small brush. Small brush first also touch use the water to soak in it, and then once you take out the water, get rid of some water like this way. And similar to getting the ink for the big leaves, we use the tip of the brush to touch the ink. About half your brush touch the ink. Also, find a place, mix a little bit. And as we're gonna paint the smaller piece, we can use the napkin to probably control a little bit your water, to dry out a little bit water. Because if too much water, when you're painting the small piece, kind of a more detailed piece, you're gonna spread out the water, gonna mess up. So use a napkin to dry out a little bit like this way. Okay, as I finish, I can prepare, then we can paint. Now, here, we gonna need to locate the start point of the smaller leaves. It's on the upper left side upper corner of the square, like kind of like here, your left upper corner. How to paint it? Now, differently than we paint the big leaves, we need to make the brush kind of upright, perpendicular to the paper. And then we're gonna do this. Find the location, and then first press a little bit, and then turn like this way. Upright. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like this way. Press, and then drag it. But you need to make your brush upright. Otherwise, it's gonna be very large. We don't need large piece here. We need the small piece. Press and then turn it. Right. Oh, go ahead. Take a look at it. Yeah. And now I can take a look at this side first. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, very good. Okay. Now we paint the small leaves, and then we're gonna paint the stem. Remember, contrast exists everywhere. Even the little piece here. The small piece of the leaves is like a side view of the leaves, so it become very small. It's not like overlook view. Overlook view, that piece can be very round and big. And this one is kind of a horizontal, right? This one is kind of a horizontal. Then, how are we gonna create contrast? We're gonna do the vertical. That's a contrast. I still use the small brush, and then use the kind of the medium dark ink you just get for this piece. Smoother brush like this way. Kind of make it your brush very smooth and point it to a tip. And then we're gonna do one shot around the middle of this piece. We're gonna do one shot, but how to do? Don't make it very vertical. With some angle, kind of a little bit degree of angle, like this. Also upright. Keep. So this you can see the whole picture. There's some angle. It's not very vertical. Right? Yeah. Let me take a look. And this, the stem, must be thin, not very thick. Yeah. Yeah. Control your strength. Okay. Yeah, a thin stem instead of a cylinder. Okay. Now, still use the small brush. Before the leaves and the stem completely dry out, we're gonna touch the pure ink. Pure ink to make some of the dots. Pure ink. Do some texture of the leaves. Use the small brush, touch the pure ink. All ink with your brush. And also use the napkin to control the level of the moisture level. Make it kind of dry. Okay. We're gonna do some texture. The texture here for this one gonna be perpendicular. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit curved. Anyone see that? No. And then we're gonna make some dot on the stem. Just dot it on the stem or around it. Small dot. Small dot. Small dot. Very small dot, not big one. Yeah, go. Just like the stem, there's some spike or knot on the stem. Okay. And for the bigger leaves, okay, for the bigger leaf, we also need to do some texture, just like follow the track of the bigger leaves, like this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just basically follow the track of it bigger leaves. And we're gonna have a like branch, a little bit branch. A little bit branch. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. And there's some curve. And also we need to have some connection between the flowers and the leaves. Okay, now take a look at your painting. Make sure you get a big structure. Here the shape, the trend of this leaf is like from this to the leftmost. So we can do a little bit more to the leftmost. Use the large brush. and use the light ink. Continue to paint a little bit furthermore to the leftmost. Just adjustment. Adjustment here. And this way. Just make it to the leftmost. If your lip is far away from leftmost, make it adjust a little bit. Paint a little more. And once you finish this, we're almost done with this piece of painting. Except the little dragonfly. For dragonfly, we're gonna use the small brush, but you need to control the water very carefully. We're gonna use like a light ink. Light ink. How light it is. Mix the water and ink around the darkness is about this. Can you see that? Like this dark. To paint the body of the dragonfly. Something like this level of darkness, this piece. Something like this piece of darkness. And then use your napkin to dry it. Make it dry. So that you can control well when you paint a small dragonfly. Okay. Okay. Here, first, the dragonfly, we're gonna have the body. Where to paint it is around the middle of the piece of paper. We have the cross, the track of the cross, right? Around the middle of the cross, here. First paint. This is like a freehand style, so it's not very detailed, but we have a little bit detail here. 1, 2. Paint the body, and then 3. And then make it a little bit distant, a little bit a gap between the butterfly and the flower. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. This body. Make sure paint very small, not large. And then we're gonna clean down this. Clean down your small brush. We're gonna mix the yellow and the dark blue to get the wing of the dragonfly. Clean that your small brush and mix the color. Here, your water to mix the first dilute. Use water to dilute the yellow, like this. Dilute the yellow, and then use the tip of the brush to touch the dark blue a little bit. And then find a clean place to mix it a little bit. You can tell that the tip of the brush is darker and the belly is lighter with yellow color. And okay, after mixed it, use the napkin to dry it a little bit like this way. Just dry it a little bit. Because we're gonna paint the dry it. And okay, how to paint the wing? We're gonna kind of a little bit lay down a little bit this brush. We're gonna do a little bit side brush, like 1, 2, 3, 4. and then a little bit 2 eyes. We can get some dark blue as well. Eyes. See how everyone do it. Yeah, like this. Cool. Okay. When you paint this little dragonfly, more careful. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Okay, cool. Okay, after finished, you can use some thin line to denote the little leg of this insect. Then we're done. Okay, remember, very important part of Chinese painting is calligraphy or inscription. You may not know Chinese character or Chinese calligraphy, but try to do something. Just write something on the top, like on the upright square on the top of somewhere between the top of this little leaf and the top of flower, somewhere here. Write something. If you have Chinese name or know something, then write something on it. Or just write English name, and then I teach you the words, the Chinese word of paint. It's very easy. Let me teach you how to write Chinese word paint. Then you can write something like Alex paint this, who paint this, whatever, like Albert paint this. The paint, Chinese character paint, a simple way to write it is, and it's very easy to remember and memorize. A box, a cross, 1, 2, 3, 4. A box, a cross, and 1, 2, 3, 4 around it. Very simple. Then we can, you can write. But let me demonstrate this as well. Here I can write my name like you can write your name in English. A box, cross, and 4 line. Something like this. Then your words are finished, except a seal is lacking a seal, but we don't have a seal today, so yeah, we can try it later in the future. Okay, now once you're done, you can clean up your desk.